Hello everyone, I'm Heather Dawson, and it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California every week on our show. A while ago, we aired a story about San Diego High School student Kevin Barber. He created a program to help the homeless called Wheels of Change. Well, since we last spoke with Kevin a few months ago, the program has expanded and raised enough money to reach more than double the amount of homeless people in the local area. Let's see why this life-changing program was recently featured on the front page of the San Diego Tribune. Here's David Wiley.
Homelessness is a crisis that has spread to virtually every community in our state. This growing trend leaves many feeling hopeless, like Colleen Murphy, who went from a successful career in finance to being pregnant, alone, and living on the streets of San Diego.
I had nothing and no one to go to. When you're not able to meet your own basic needs, like a safe place to sleep, something to eat, it's just like, where do you turn to?
Every person living on the streets has a different story, and while there are no easy answers to the problem, one San Diego teenager and his mother are leading the charge to give the homeless in their city opportunity today and hope for the future.
So originally I've learned a lot about homelessness through my mother, who's an emergency physician. So she's constantly seen the issue of homelessness and always wondered, is there something we can do about this?
Meet 17-year-old Kevin Barber, co-founder of Wheels of Change, a pilot program in San Diego that provides short-term work for the homeless. Kevin was inspired after seeing a TED Talk about a similar program in New Mexico. And with guidance from his mother, Dr. Carolyn Barber, and assistance from donors, Kevin launched Wheels of Change in 2017. With some 11,000 homeless on the streets of San Diego, Wheels of Change gives the homeless a chance to earn cash while cleaning up the streets.
Right now we have our one van going out 3 days a week, and it's taking 10 homeless people out per day, and they're going around the city cleaning up trash, and they're getting paid $46.50 at the end of the day in cash.
As the crews head out, they're led by KB, who himself spent time living on the streets, and now gives them direction and acts as a mentor.
To pick up some trash for cash, that's our motto, and it's called the Wheels of Change. I got the wheels to hopefully change our clients' lives and get them moving forward to a better position in life.
Most of the people who are actually part of this program have been in a similar situation, so it's easy to speak with them because they can relate to what you're dealing with. They've been there.
As you listen to the stories of the people living on the streets, you realize there are many roads leading to homelessness, but it can be very difficult to find ways out. Wheels of Change gives hope where there oftentimes isn't any.
It helps bring a little bit of extra cash in, but it also helps motivate you and give you that motivation to make the steps in the right direction to try and change your situation.
And while many in the homeless community feel unwanted or unappreciated, Wheels of Change has empowered them to make a positive impact on the downtown area.
We get a lot of thank yous and, good job, keep up the good work.
They're still decent people and people who want to see you do good and recover and be the best you.
And it's testimonies like those that show the big impact Wheels of Change is having in San Diego. Already, in just over a year, hundreds of homeless have taken part in the program. Now, Kevin is hoping, with the help of donors and supporters, they'll be able to expand Wheels of Change.
So our main future goal is to get our 2 vans running 5 days a week, because this would allow us to employ almost 4,000 people a year. So this is the main goal, and that's what I'm working towards, is fundraising for this to happen. Luckily, we've had some support from the city and other people in the community, and we're looking to just increase all the support, and then we'll be able to do it. So it should be awesome.
As part of Kevin's efforts, CNN recognized him as one of the most inspiring people of 2018. And Kevin and Wheels of Change continue to provide hope for those living on the streets of San Diego, including Colleen.
There's hope if you're willing to show up and make right choices and kind of change the bad behavior if that's what got you here, or even if it's just poor circumstances. There's always hope for better tomorrow.
You can learn more about Wheels of Change and the impact that one teenager has made for so many at wheelsofchangeprogram.com. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
The trip to the best city in the world. According to Travel and Leisure magazine, San Miguel de Allende celebrates its 12-month reign as American cultural capital. Let's find out why.
Located in the heart of Mexico, San Miguel de Allende in the state of Guanajuato became part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2008. With its rich culture, beautiful chapels, architecture bathed in color, its delicious cuisine, a stream of activities, and its friendly people, San Miguel de Allende cannot be described with words, but by setting your own 2 feet on its well-preserved cobblestone streets. For more information, visit sanmiguel.travel.
Coming up next, we head to the Sunset Strip for the best of style and Elisa's top Instagram shopping pics. Plus, The Lion King hits the big screen in a whole new way with Beyonce and Donald Glover singing the iconic song, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? All this and more when we come back. Don't go away. Summer fashion. It's all about stylish outfits perfect for warmer weather. Picking the right pieces can be a challenge, but there are some helpful tricks to help you put together a chic look. Let's check in with Elise for some tips.
I don't know about you, but I always shop for cute summer clothes on Instagram. So here's some of my favorite clothing lines to shop for online this summer. For Love and Lemons is one of my favorites. It's very whimsical. I call it laid-back clothes. You can dress it up at the same time. Very colorful, elegant, and flattering and unique. A bit of a throwback look, almost vintage. They have really cute, pretty sundresses, and it's at a higher price point. A little bit more affordable is Showpo. It's an Australian brand. I like it because you can mix and match the clothes. Super trendy, great for traveling on the go. More of day-to-day wear, and it's at a great price point. I love Beach Bunny swimwear. When it comes to swimwear, anytime I'm looking for bikinis, it's the first place I shop. I know it's going to be flattering, and they always have unique designs for any seasons. They have sparkle bikinis, neon, animal print, and even florals. So these are just a few of my favorite picks to add to the shopping cart because I always find the cutest trends on Instagram. I'm Elise Thurston. Until next time.
Thanks, Elise. Now let's head to Fred Siegel on Sunset for the launch party of VLH's beautiful silk scarves.
Today we're at Fred Siegel and we're launching my scarf brand called Voila les Héroïnes. We'll call it VLH. It's a silk scarf social fashion brand. So these scarves are 100% silk made in Lake Como in Italy. So they're super good quality. They're made at the same factory as Missoni scarves, so they are incredible. It's a human brand, but it's also a fashion brand. So there's lots to do with fashion and design, but also it's a brand to help empower people and make people feel strong and proud of themselves. So it's kind of whatever you feel.
Well, today we're celebrating the opening of this brand that my granddaughter and my son have developed. We're here actually for a very happy time. We've come out of some very dark days, and today there's light.
This brand started about 3 years ago when I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. They had to shave the front part of my head, so I felt super insecure and I didn't like how I looked. In order to feel confident again, my grandmother actually dropped off a big box of luxurious silk scarves.
She was put in a position where she had to go back to school with a shaved head, and she was very uncomfortable. I brought her some scarves, and she is a very creative child. She put them around her head, and she created a look that would make her feel comfortable when she went back to school. We were very, very proud of her.
And my dad and I looked at each other and were like, how cool would it be if we could create our own? And here we are 3 years later with 2 beautiful designs.
So the idea for this silk scarf brand actually came out of the intensive care unit where my daughter and I were spending a lot of time together talking about her experience. And during that time she was experimenting with a lot of scarves, putting them on her head to cover her shaved head, her scarred head, and she felt a sense of power and empowerment from it, and a sense of beauty and creativity and artistry and fun and joy. And from that moment we decided collectively to put our creativity together, our heads together, our energy together to bring the world a new silk scarf brand called Voilà les Héroïnes, which means here come the heroines. And this is really a brand not just for people who have gone through a specific type of surgery, for everyone who is turning their darkest moments into something beautiful, into something powerful. And we're thrilled to be here at Fred Segal to be able to launch this at the sort of the purveyor of California cool globally. It's the perfect place to launch a human and fashion statement.
I have so many heroines in my life and so many people surrounding me that I love to wear this scarf, so just people in my life who've helped me gone through this whole journey are heroines, and if they wear it, then I'm happy.
The meaning of the scarf, well, you kind of feel like a warrior, that you've been through a battle and you've emerged the other side in a very victorious way. So wearing this scarf makes me feel like a heroine, which is the name of the scarf. The scarf represents strength and beauty and freedom.
We feel like this is the beginning of a very interesting new journey, new chapter for my daughter and also for this brand that's already speaking to many, many people around the world. I'd just like to say thank you very much to the people at Fred Segal for hosting us. They showed a tremendous amount of empathy and progressive thinking, and also an ability to understand obviously fashion and humanity and how those things intersect. I'd also like to say my daughter Danielle is my inspiration. And I'm really, really proud of her today, so we're thrilled to be here.
I'm just really excited, and it's going to be fun tonight, I hope.
When we continue with California Life, see why Disney's The Lion King is staying true to the classic story, featuring the voices of Donald Glover and Beyonce, who perform the iconic song, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? All this and more when we come back. Disney's The Lion King, staying true to the classic story. Director Jon Favreau utilizes pioneering filmmaking techniques to bring the iconic characters to the big screen in a whole new way. Featuring the voices of Donald Glover and Beyonce, who perform the iconic song, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Check it out.
Simba, look at the stars.
Can you feel the love tonight?
The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars.
The peace the evening brings.
Those kings will always be up there to guide you.
The world for once in perfect harmony with all its living things.
And so will I.
Disney's The Lion King, rated PG.
Baseball Hall of Famer Johnny Bench is ranked by many as the greatest catcher of all time. And during his illustrious career with the Cincinnati Reds, he spent years on the field in the sun. Eventually, the prolonged sun exposure caught up to him, and 10 years ago, he was diagnosed with non-melanoma skin cancer.
Well, I had some blisters under my eyelids, and I got them lanced a couple of times, and they would go away. You'd sort of trim them a little bit, and then all of a sudden they said, they came back and said, you really need to see your dermatologist. He diagnosed it, did a biopsy, found out it was BCC, basal cell carcinoma, and we did a removal of it, and I've been great ever since.
Non-melanoma skin cancer, like Johnny was diagnosed with, is the most common form of cancer. Researchers say 1 in 5 Americans will develop this type of skin cancer.
Majority of people who develop these types of skin cancer are people who are fair skin, blonde hair, blue eyed, people who have a long history of sun exposure going back to childhood, people who've had a history of sunburn. And there are individuals who are at risk of developing advanced type of non-melanoma skin cancer, and that's generally men over 65 years old.
Dr. Ostad says there are some common skin cancer signs you can look for.
I think it's important that when you see a persistent lesion that may resemble a wart, it may resemble a pimple, it may resemble even a mole, something that maybe is getting bigger, something that's bleeding, something that may be itchy, and something that's changing color. So all of those should raise this suspicion of a possibility of a skin cancer. So when in doubt, it's always good to catch these things early and visit your dermatologist for a skin examination.
Today, Johnny is cancer-free and a vocal champion for efforts to get real about skin cancer.
It is the website that you and everyone else and everybody should be going to. Let's get real about skincancer.com. It's going to give you all the information, stuff that you're telling them every day, something that Dr. Ostad is seeing every day. The fact is that 3.3 million people had skin cancer. Everyone is susceptible, but what we're saying is 95% of all non-melanoma cancers are treatable.
Absolutely, when they're caught early. That's a beautiful message about wearing your sunscreen and being careful at a young age.
So take it from Dr. Ostad and Hall of Famer Johnny Bench. Make sure to use plenty of sunscreen while enjoying summer activities. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
Most people have come to accept that the standard of care treatment for cancer is chemotherapy, but other even more promising options are being developed, as an example, for some forms of blood cancer. CAR T-cell therapy is a promising approach therapy that re-engineers a patient's own immune system to recognize and eradicate cancer.
What CAR T-cell therapy is doing is it's taking the patient's own immune system, their own T-cells, re-engineering them to recognize and attack cancer cells, and then giving them back to the patient as their own kind of living drug and anti-cancer therapy.
Dr. Leslie's patient, Michael, has come to see the value in this new option.
So this was a completely different option, and frankly, within a few weeks of the infusion, the next scan showed almost a complete eradication of the cancer.
To learn more about CAR T-cell therapy and find out if you might be a candidate, talk with your healthcare provider and visit lls.org.
Hey guys, Jason Racidlo coming to you from the Las Vegas Convention Center for the 2022 White Label World Expo, better known as the Online Retail Sourcing Show. Come along with me as I go for a tour. There are 600 exhibitors made up of startup companies and established brands showing off their latest products and technologies here. Amy Clark from Wardcraft told me about their all-in-one shipping solution that streamlines shipping labels and packing slips. It's perfect for any company that ships out lots of products. Told me about Clear Choice ATMs. They are great for dispensaries, bars, restaurants, or any other customer-focused businesses.
We are a ATM placement company. We place ATMs in dispensaries, convenience stores, banks, and credit unions. And we are basically help out those folks that have cash needs because, as we all know, in the cannabis business, you shouldn't be using credit cards. So we're there to help out where you need help. If you want to buy it, purchase the ATM, it's usually about $5,000. If you want to lease it, it's usually a few $100s a month. But to me, it's a great alternative instead of getting shut down by one of the local banks for using cashless ATMs, which are very prevalent in the cannabis industry. We're here to actually get the word out a little bit more about the company. We're fairly new. We're about 2 years old. And hopefully trying to meet some dispensaries, some local dispensaries, and get some ATMs out there in the industry, and also any other customers that may be here at White Label, convenience stores, and things like that.
The White Label World Expo was held in conjunction with the Retail Supply Chain and Logistics Expo and the Smart Retail Tech Show. In addition, there were educational masterclasses, world-class speakers, networking opportunities, and an Amazon Pro Seller Summit. Bringing you the best of California from the 2022 White Label World Expo in Las Vegas, I'm Jason Rasidlo for California Life.
And that's it for us. If you missed any part of our show, go to our website, californialifehd.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.